Uh, so the reason I have it on this particular screen this way is because I want you to see the title and really take it in because it does become important. So I'm going to say it and then we're going to go from there. So our title is Black Women. Explore all your options, all in caps, by the way, starting with white men. Starting with white men. Again, keep that in mind. It'll come in handy.
I'm 30. I'm even 25. So I gotta rush, rush, rush. And then they put all this anxiety onto finding a man. Years go by. And instead of enjoying conversation, why episode of the
I didn't realize it was on the intro, my bad.
That's Scary with Melanie P podcast. I'm your girl, Melanie P, and we are here to have a conversation. Oh my God. So I was on TikTok going through my little algorithm, going through my little For You page situation, and I saw a few things was a little bit disturbing related to Black women, and I really wanted to discuss this. I really wanted to really have a conversation. As you know, I'm all about the Black love. So as I was on TikTok, just minding my business like I always.
Oh God. I probably should have. I probably should have edited this out because it took so long to get to the point. Again, my bad for the intro and my bad for not skipping ahead. I wanted to let it roll because I try to I know I already stopped it a lot, but my God, I didn't realize she was going to take this long to get to the point. All right, my bad.
The first video I saw was a Black woman proposing to herself. Everything you. Now, I was like, am I reading this wrong? It was congratulations, woman going viral for her surprise marriage proposal, but there was no groom in sight. Then I bounced over and I saw this other lady, and she was basically saying she don't want nobody Black. She want her a white king.
Okay, before we let this second video start, about the whole proposal thing, I'm not sure how much of that is real versus how many just want attention. Right? I would chalk a lot of that up to simply wanting attention because you can, quote unquote, there's nothing legal that has to happen as far as I know. So you can engage to yourself, take yourself out to dinner, get married to yourself, and literally not upload it to the internet, not record it at all. But they do, so I kind of think that might be more of a attention grab than a genuine thing. Now, as you heard, she said she's going to let some women talk about a guy wanting a guy who's anything but Black. I'm going to take it back 10 seconds so you can hear it clearly all the way through. Let's go.
Bounced over and I saw this other lady, and she was basically saying she don't want nobody Black. She want her a white king.
I've never seen an unhappy Black woman with a fine ass white man. I've never seen it. And we could talk about it more. Because the ones that be happy as hell with their white man, they be getting everything that they want. And that's gonna be me next. Happily in love, living a life, they man spoiling them. They just over there. Where the white man at? I'm at the point where I'm sick of you niggas. Like, I am. Y'all give nothing no more. So I'm dating out of my comfort zone now, and I'm gonna get me a Caucasian man.
Okay, so about that, that's not the point of this video, but I do really want to touch on that because I as being on YouTube and all in these spaces, you hear that quite a bit now. But the whole "don't you Black men," I'm pretty sure the guys say it too. But as a Black man, I'm focusing on this. I really have to ask, if you all can, what the fuck do white men sell to y'all to make these videos? Like, what do you see? What rom-com did I miss? Because I'm 30, I'm 32 years old. I have went to school with white men. I have worked with them. I still work with them. Play ball with them, so on and so forth. I'm just like how y'all, I guess, up or pretend or hype up the whole black woman magic or how they have all this money. But I know I see broke ones. I also see like regular ass white dudes. So I just don't know what the fuck are y'all being sold, or what the hell do you see? I'll give you at least one example off the top of my head. So this one white guy I used to work with. He one day comes in a pissy mood, and we're talking, just chit chatting back and forth, and his baby mama was in jail. She wasn't in jail because she got a DUI or nothing like that. She was in jail because when they had an argument, this white guy called the cops on her. If you are you acknowledge that at all as like a maybe not so great? Worked with a different white guy, a little older. Worked side by side for like a few months. Based on everything he told me, no, not only did he actually say it up front, but also some other stories. His wife made more than him for a while. I would say at least several years. Put it like that. I don't. He never gave me a number, but she's made more money than him for a while, and so on and so forth. But like those are the two I can think of off the top of my head. What the fuck again? What do y'all see? Are y'all really only looking at the couples, the interracial couples on Instagram and TikTok? You can't that is like damn near the definition of fucking stupid. That's insane. Now this is I know this is going to be seen as me hating, or I don't know, maybe it'll be me seen as trying to like sway you. No, I'm just curious what the fuck all of you see on, I guess, quote unquote, the other side, because they're the only people that exist, apparently. What do y'all see? What do they sell to y'all? Because that it looks to me like you're just severely over exaggerating that life. But let's proceed.
Other video, I saw a relationship coach. I think his name is Anwar, and he was talking about black women and their lack of femininity, their lack of feminine energy.
Communicate in a masculine way, and there are some women that communicate in a feminine way, right? There's a difference between I need flowers, I need you to come and see me, I need you da 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 da, versus I would feel really connected, and I would really be happy if you came to see me.
Is he gay? Like when I originally heard this, I was at work and I just had to play it in the background because I was driving. But is he gay? And the reason that's relevant is because so often women will say something like they want traditional men and men need to be men, 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 but this be their fucking best friend. Or this be the dude that they now give so much, they let them have a voice like literally about them right now. Why is shouldn't he be disqualified? Because if a apparent straight guy literally said the same thing, he'd be disqualified. One of the things that would disqualify him is y'all will call him gay. Come on, yo.
There's a way to communicate things from a feminine energetic perspective versus a masculine energetic perspective. Masculine is thought. Masculine is action, do. Feminine is centered around the feelings and being. And I will tell you this, a lot of women of color specifically are in their masculine energy for a variety of different reasons. What I know for sure, and the deeper reason behind that is because there's actually a lack of feminine energetic love when they're being raised. So,
and it just went down.
Don't straight people and gay people have like different interactions and understanding of feminine and masculinity? Don't they give a fuck about them differently? I'm assuming so, but I guess I could be wrong on that. It just seems like the way they take that in, either way, no pun intended, there would be some conflict there than for there to be some back and forth of actually trying to understand that concept from each other. meaning gay people and straight people.
It just had me thinking, you have one black woman proposing to herself, having a surprise proposal to herself. Then you have one black woman saying, go get you a white king. The water's fine. We over here living it up. Boom. Then you have this relationship coach who seems to be a successful relationship coach saying, I've heard him say several times that black women need to date outside of their race and that black women need to operate more in their feminine energy. So loaded, like such a loaded conversation. Let's start with the woman who proposed to herself. It had me thinking, my views on marriage, my views on relationships have drastically changed. Honestly, with my own experiences recently and with
From what to what? What were they before? What are they now? I don't think she touched on it, but that is very important when people are trying to convey this type of a message.
what I see on social media, what I see on Facebook, what I see my single friends going through. And I feel like black women are at a place where marriage, having a man is not the goal. It's not the main factor. They're not willing to settle for what they feel like they don't want, i.e., Ebony K. Williams, she's a single woman. She wanted a child. She went out there and got pregnant without a man. She has her baby. Naomi Campbell, single woman, no man in sight. She adopted her kids, living her life in her rich situation.
When these examples come up, I always have to ask and compare for comparison's sake. If the woman has a job and has an income, right? In those situations, can we ever now say that those men are deadbeat fathers? If it is absolutely okay for women to go, I got it, I can just choose for this child to not have a father, why can fathers not choose the same thing? Why? And not be considered deadbeats? Because if you're saying, because it ain't just rich women who do this shit. It'd be regular, go check Kendra G. It'd be regular ass women and gay dudes for some reason doing this exact thing. Want a man later, but they do this. Please explain to me how men doing this is somehow different and wrong all of a sudden.
A lot. And then you look on like TikTok, you look on social media. And one thing that I love to see is if you look up like black girl aesthetic, black girl soft life, black girl luxury, you will see a lot of these black young women in their nice apartments, drinking their sleepy cocktail with their morning routine, going to work out, coming home, working a good ass job, going on trips, doing all this stuff.
Do you see that there? In one of the examples she gave, she just can't. It's almost like she loathes, like she just almost is actually in disgust of if women want some type of commitment and family and something with someone, right? But yet when they have a quote unquote unbothered type of mentality, oh, I just love it. Why? Because you went through what you went through? And I say that because anybody, and hell, y'all say it to the red pillars all the time. When somebody actually has a happy home, a happy function, happy family, they don't say, I hope you don't stay by yourself. They don't. I follow a chick on Instagram named, oh goddamn, what is her name? Solely Oli or some shit like that. I think she got married like really early, like 20, because that's really early now. Like that, I think they're on like the fourth kid, right? And she's like a super, like a stay-at-home mom, productive type person, cooking videos, the whole works, right? She promotes get married, young, had on babies young. That's a great time to do it. So why don't I hear women like this being happy about that? They see her channel, and she actually did a video on it at one point. Y'all call her like I don't know, brainwashed, or say she's trapped, some shit like that. Why? Why the difference? And also, one thing I want to bring up, she didn't use this word, but I'm going to use it. The whole black excellence thing. Remember when that was popular? I don't know if people still use it. It seemed like it came and went. Like it was the new hot buzz, which is one of the why you should obviously not follow these things right here. I bring that up because it seems to be in the same flow, right? The as you said, the focus is on soft girl and luxury and apartment. Like again, we're talking about TikTok, social media. You don't know anything else about them other than what they upload, which ain't much. So you don't give a fuck if they're just trying to keep up with the times and have this insane overhead, meaning cost. You don't give a damn if they're just racking up a credit card. You don't give a damn if they're putting themselves in way too much of a, I guess, hole or whatever. As long as because they look like this type of life. Never mind if they might end up becoming a chick that she talks about later. There's like, well, fuck it, I'll marry myself then. Like this idea, it only makes sense if you're already checked out of having someone. And I think people really need to stop doing this, which is trying to get people as much as they can to be on their own. That makes no sense because you don't know what they're going to want 10, 15 years from now. You don't know that. That shit is crazy.
And it seems like men are not the center. Men are not not the necessity. Women,
Remember the title.
black women are not settling, right? Now, I know the word settling, and I know the energy behind settling is very subjective. It's a whole argument back and forth. I feel like that's one of the reasons why black love is where it is because we're constantly arguing about what stuff means and, oh, well, you think you settle in, you ain't high value, you're not low value, what you bring to the table. So that's a whole nother conversation. However, at first, with my traditional values, it made me not like the feeling of women going out here, having kids by themselves, living a life without trying to without putting so much energy behind marriage, right? But then I took a step back. I thought about my daughters. I thought about my nieces. I thought about women that I see. And it's like, why be with a man who's going to stress you out, who's going to not add to the value of your life, but...
Is there literally only two types of men? Do y'all really believe Derek Jackson when he said that shit? There are only two types of men. Did y'all really take that to heart? So there are either the guy who's going to give you everything you want, and then the guy that's just going to drain you. Those are the only two? Okay. Listen. Relationships, we say all the time, take work, right? And now, even especially with today, starting with the millennials, at least, I'm not sure about prior generations. Millennials, kids, her daughter's age, however, I think she's 18 or something like that. Look at what you're actually saying. Look at what the social media is saying that people are doing. Literally, practice being by yourself, which, how the fuck does that make you a good partner? So when you come with someone, and also you were raised this way, how do relationships work now? They're going to suck even more. There's always going to be a part of relationships anyway, where quote unquote it sucks, quote unquote it sucks, because you have to share something. And something is like everything. That's what people who are parents and spouses complain about a lot. Whether they solve it properly or not. They have to share their finances. They have to share their time. They have to share their energy. They have to share negative energy as well. They have to share everything. So there's a part of it where it's going to suck. And this thing, what it seems like, I guess women are trying to do is monopolize the good shit. When you hear Kendra's show, is whatever, regardless of what it is, but you mostly hear about money, whatever it is, me or better. My money or better. My intelligence or better. As fat as me or skinnier. But they really want skinnier. They don't even say as fat as me. I put that there. But it's always better, better, better. You can't monopolize the good shit. So, like as they said, if he's going to add to you in one area, well, obviously by default you're going to add to him in another, which by default means that it takes away from you, and then this you took away from him. It's weird how it's only seen as sharing if it comes from the guy to the woman. That's insane. Otherwise, if it's the other way around, it's draining. He's just draining you and taking from you. Why be with him? Why? Fuck out of here, yo.
Probably take away from the value of your life. Why settle for that if you feel like you're settling versus being in your own space, having your own things, traveling, doing whatever, and then just
Stop saying travel. Stop it. Stop saying travel. Please stop saying travel. You want to know one of the reasons why this is such bullshit to me when y'all bring up travel? Is y'all quite literally go to the American part of other countries and take pictures of the same shit. Literally, what y'all go to, other than like, I guess, a monument that's there, can't be determined different from any other part. Hell, it looks like Miami. You go, you take a picture of a plate, you take a bathroom selfie, you go to the beach, like the club. That's like kind of it. That's kind of it. And if somebody doesn't want to do that to the same rates, mind you, they're taken away. Because again, as I said before, other people have their hobbies. So unless you think a guy not only is going to have as much money or more than you, by default, he's also going to have your hobby and want to do it exactly the same amount. He's going to want to spend his money going to somewhere in Europe or Spain or wherever the fuck y'all go and stay in a hotel that look just like your luxury apartment. What the fuck was the point? He's going to want to do exactly that. You want you with a dick, essentially. You want you, well, great dick, to please you. And then in return, you'll please you. If you listen to these podcasts, that's what they describe, which is literally narcissism.
allowing the life to go on. I'm not saying that you don't need a man because you need a man. I'm not saying that you don't need to be married because I still really much value and respect marriage. But I also respect.
No, you don't. You can't value and respect marriage by being a part of the crew that's saying, and I also, by the way, because I know this is going to come up, I also criticize this when it's said to men too. But you can't be for marriage and hold marriage to a high regard if you're saying, oh, but fuck them niggas though. In your 20s, find them when you're 40, you'll be good. That's stupid. Because you're not actually learning any relationship skills. You're not learning any marriage skills. In fact, you all but applauded Ebony K. Williams. How the fuck do you respect marriage? You can't. And I'm not talking about the legal part either. For those of you who don't know, when I speak about marriage, I'm talking literally, the important thing to me when it comes to marriage are the vows in front of the witnesses. That's it. If y'all decide to forego the paperwork, really don't give a fuck. But that's what I talk about when I'm talking about marriage. Because that's the part that actually means something. Because when you subtract different things, that is the one thing that if you subtract that, you literally just had a barbecue. If you subtract the fancy stuff and you just have, hell, you can subtract the priest or whoever it is that marries you, but share vows in front of both of you's family, That is a marriage, because both of you are going to go. Both of you's family is going to go. Okay, y'all are no longer, but y'all said this. Now, unless you have the modern day family where it's like, oh, they just stop and then that's it, you're going to be held accountable by your families.
Women not being in toxic situations. I think also because I have a daughter who is almost 18, and we have these conversations, and I think about things that I've gone through with my marriage and dating, putting and centering men in my life so much. You know, my parents were married for 50 years. So my goal was to get out of college, be married, and replicate what I saw growing up, replicate what my family wanted for me. And honestly, I have to be honest with myself. I feel like I spent 10 plus years, let's dare say 20 years, trying to get that in which my parents wanted for me, that in which I grew up, versus defining how life looks for Melanie. Example. So I was talking to my daughter earlier this week, and we were talking about her life plans. She's about to go to college. She's in her last year of high school. And I told her, I said, you know, what does future Ryan look like for you, right? Because when she called me on FaceTime, I was at my job, stressed with work, stressed with personal, stress. And I thought to myself, this ain't 1982, this ain't 1990, this ain't even 1940, this is 2024. It is my job to give my daughter the knowledge, the direction, the guidance, the freedom to make her own choices unapologetically that I feel like I didn't get. And here's the thing.
I tried to let her finish. This is stupid. You're going to let a 17-year-old unapologetically make their own choice? That's stupid. That is so dumb. Oh my God. That is stupid. They're right now, and it's not just women, because I'll use men as an example. Oh God, this is dumb. I watch college football, right? I'm at that age in my life where I just watch college football. I don't, not just my team, all of it. Even the teams I don't know the names, I'll just fucking watch it, right? And one of the things that always come up is something called the transfer portal, right? There used to be a thing where college kids couldn't transfer or had to sit out a year if they did, but now you can transfer whenever you feel like, and it's just hectic now. And one dude a year ago, well, 2 years ago, he went from being the number one player in his class, not his position, not in his state, but period. He committed to a school called USC. He felt like he didn't get he wasn't going to get playing time, so he transferred. He ended up on a school called Boise State and still didn't play. So now he's transferred again to a school called UTEP. If you don't know what that is, neither do I. So he went from a premier school in a premier conference where if he just beat out his competition or took the lumps and took a couple years and worked at it, he very likely could have been a starting quarterback, potentially on a championship team under the lights on a big stage. But he wasn't patient enough, so he left to a smaller school, which I told you was called Boise State. Got impatient again, and he left. Now he's at an even smaller school, which people say he might just to get tapes out there. It's like, dude, it's UTEP. He might as well use his high school tapes if you want to do that. So now he can always redeem himself, but he's damn near ruined his entire trajectory. So he's pretty much fucked at this point, unless some big time school does like him, and then he whatever But that I can't wait, I'm impatient, you know, that childishness that is in teenagers and young 20-year-olds. That's what that was. There should have been some guidance behind him to say, yeah, nah, just stay your ass put until something actually opens up and they say, you know what, we need to start like this year, Michigan, right? If you got a team in that situation, I'm pretty sure if he says, can I come compete, he's very likely to win the job, but he wasn't patient enough. Why the fuck would you just let your 17-year-old unapologetically decide what the fuck? Come on, yo. Stop. This is stupid.
It is no shade to my parents. My parents are bomb.com. I had the best upbringing, and I know that.
And also, if you spent 10, 20 years trying to prove what they had, did you get married or not? Because it sounded like you did. And if you got married, what exactly was the problem? And it's also, no, it's kind of fucked up that you had your marriage, you had your kids, and now you're going to tell your kids, don't do it. So she can eventually be the woman proposing to herself, inseminating herself with samples from the DNA clinic. That is fucked up. Wow, that's fucked up.
They mean and meant well as to what they want from me. But here's the thing. Black people especially can sometimes be so into tradition that they're not moving along with the times. They're not elevating the way they should, right? So I told my daughter, I said, listen, start
Can we get an example of that? That's stupid. That was just something that she just said. The fuck do you mean black people are sometimes too into tradition? You mean the people with the lowest marriage rate? You're number one, we number two. How the fuck is that too intra tradition when you don't get with the times? We kind of lead the times on this, ma'am. That's just some shit she said to justify what she's about to tell her daughter.
Visualizing how you want your life to look. Start visualizing, what could you see yourself doing as a career every day that would make you happy? How does life look for you?
Said by the woman who admitted she was stressed the fuck out at work. Which, by the way, I guess is a good stress. But I guess the job is adding a check, right? That's the exchange there. Got it. Take note.
You as an adult? How does life look for you in your 20s? Do you want to travel the world? Do you want to experience life? I encourage her to experience life, travel the world, try different cuisines, stay in different countries, live life versus centering.
Yo, shout out to Matt Walsh because he actually pointed this out, this argument. That shit doesn't stop just because you have kids. It slows down substantially for a pocket of years. But then, as this lady on the screen, I'm pretty sure she will tell you, yeah, I can travel. I can explore. I can get fucking Italian dick when I go on the plane. Like, you quite literally could do that at 40, 45, 50. What is this obsession with doing it at 20, 25? What is the obsession with that? I don't understand. And that's what, like, everybody. I don't get this obsession with, you must get on a plane and go to other part of rock. What is the fucking obsession with it? Because nobody's actually learning anything about where the fuck they go. They're just going. And the reason that I'm pointing that out is because when we're putting this type of importance on it, like for by default forego kids, forego marriage, by default forego those things because you want to travel and live in Romania. I really need to understand what exactly people are taking from that other than I live there.
A man and marriage in your life, because what happens is
She said that word centering again. Check title.
times when you do that, you're just searching for this thing in your mind. And here's the thing. If your true goal is marriage, family, kids, go for it. Would I suggest that being your true goal? I would not. I think that we need to encourage.
That is a contradiction. A massive one. If marriage and children is your if you want, what the fuck did you say?
True goal is marriage, family.
Yeah, if your true goal is marriage and family, I encourage you, but should you make that your
kids, go for it. Would I suggest that being your true goal? I would.
Why? Did you ever think maybe that people fuck up relationships so much is because it's not their true goal? Like I don't understand. Like the stats on people who go to college and then end up working in that very field is what is like 50%? I forgot, but it's not. It was a reason for that they pointed that out because a lot of people don't. A lot of people get a degree in like finances or some shit and then work in something that has nothing to do with numbers at all. So do you all take that into consideration? Go, well, you probably I would not because you could spend so long paying off that student debt, spending a lot of time raising your kids and like figuring life out with your spouse, too long. Spending all this time dedicated to paying off a debt, yay. A student loan debt, yay. A mortgage that's heavily overpriced because you're going to pay like 60% higher than what the cost is of the house, yay. All this shit that takes decades to do, thumbs up, but your family that you have, lady, no. All right.
Not. I think that we need to encourage our daughters, especially our Black daughters, to self heal, do the work, spend time with yourself, go to therapy, spend time.
She is saying shit by default. Ma'am, if this makes its rounds to you, I ask you, what healing does your daughter need to do? Who fucked her up? You or her dad? What therapy does she need? From who? You or her dad? Like, who fucked her up? This is just shit people are saying now. Because Kevin made it popular, now all of a sudden, everybody had therapy. Everybody needs therapy. Shut up. Y'all are literally just using shit as like a filler. How the fuck do you know, for one, that you need therapy? Two, how do you know that whatever therapist you go to by default is going to help you? What type of therapist do you need? Do you want one of a specific race? Do you need one that's religious? Do you just need a general therapist? If so, what general fucking problem do you have that you gotta pick somebody to go sit on their couch and talk to them about? Seriously. Y'all are full of shit with this.
Dating yourself, romanticizing life with yourself, experiencing things, doing things that scare you. Like, that is not the conversation that I feel like our parents had with us. Again, not to their fault, right? Not to their fault, because that's the era that they grew up in. But we're 20 plus years ahead of them. And we have opportunity. We have options. We have choices that we can freely make. Black women have these careers, they have money, they have the homes, they have the houses, they have the cars. And at the end of the day, why bring a man into your space, into your energy, into your life who isn't adding value?
Who the fuck is this guy? Who? The problem that it seems with, as far as women's logic, as far as like this romance shit, is that logic of either A or B, and there is nothing else. As I said like 20 minutes ago. That's what it seems like a lot of this shit boils down to. If he ain't the shit, I try to do like a woo, like a Ric Flair woo, but I don't have the vocals for that. But if it ain't like that, then he ain't shit then. Why have him there? The house, the car, did she say money? I can't remember. But it's like, yo, that doesn't. Have you not seen the also on TikTok? Because I've seen the real estate people react to it. Y'all are included in the TikToks of people who go, I fucked up. Man, I fucked up. This mortgage is kicking my ass. I hope I can get out of it. Or they did sell the house because it was too much. Do you give? Are you going to use that as an example to talk to people? You're literally equating, I guess, happiness or fulfilledness or something like that to luxury items. I don't get it. I don't understand this mindset. You're by default dismissing a part of life that you probably or very likely would want because you're human. Because image, I guess. And again, I'm just assuming you're somewhere in your 40s since your daughter's almost 18. Again, I can't say this enough. For you older people who tell younger people to literally focus on being by themselves. She said romanticizing life by yourself and all that shit by yourself. That is fucked up advice. Because now the only other person they can be with is themselves in another body. That's what you're programming them to do. And how likely is that? Not very likely at all. Because everybody's a unique individual, right? Again, the idea that you're going to meet somebody who has the same character you have, the same hobbies and desires you have, is very unlikely. That's one of the reasons you have to make relationships work and figure it out. But nope. If we aren't both sides of the Velcro, I just can't do it. Okay.
Who isn't adding a smile to your face, who doesn't bring anything to the table. And let me be clear, I don't even necessarily mean just finances, but I
Yes,
feel
you
like a
do.
lot of women get to this space to where, oh, I'm 30. Oh, I'm even 25. Oh, I'm 35, so I gotta rush, rush, rush. And then they put all this anxiety onto finding a man, you know what I'm saying? And
Holy shit. What? Ma'am, you just spent, where we at? Ma'am, you just spent 10 minutes saying how you need to not worry about that in your 20s. And then you're going to go, I just see women finding themselves at 30, 35, needing to rush and find a man because they didn't do it in their 20s. Smart ass, what the fuck? What the fuck? Why? Y'all say take our mics away, take y'all shit away. That was stupid. That's fucking stupid. Decenter men from your life, but don't be that woman that's 35 like, I need one. People, look, this ain't even a physical biology thing. I even noticed this about myself, so we can actually say it's personal. I know for a fact that I don't want a newborn at 40. Because I barely want a newborn now because, again, like the criticism I've been doing this, I've come up this whole entire time with just me. With a chick here and there, but just me. No kids, no puppies, no cat. So now dropping a baby into this is like, damn. And then also the baby's mama into this, damn. That's some shit that I would have to figure it out. I would have to figure that out. I would have to manage the fuck out of that. Cause it ain't just the noise that the baby make, and also its mom. It ain't just the inconveniences of it all, or general inconveniences. But I mean, she said like shit. She said she made your money. I can fuck off as much money as I want. Listen. I could take my bank account down to $32, not give a damn. Hell, if something bounced, right? If I damn near cleaned myself out because I just wanted to buy some bullshit, and my next bill bounced, all right, I get paid every 2 weeks if they call me like, can you wait? Like that, that would be like the reaction if that were to happen. Hell, one time I actually just forgot to pay my water bill because those are one of the cheap ones. and they sent me a $98 bill like the next. I'm like, whoa, what the fuck is this? And then I read it and it said that I missed last month. I'm just that so carefree when it comes to that. It's just like that. But that's also a problem that becomes to be a problem if I now want to have a family now, because now having to go from just me to let's say we have two. Now it's 4 mouths to feed. Now we really got to go. Okay, do just I work? Do we both work? Do we think like if, that is a lot of shit to think that you're just going to be able to do at 35, 40 years old after you tell them, oh, just literally give yourself the least stressful life possible for 15, 20 years. And then have this life that's full of it? Are you fucking serious? A lot of older people, this used to just be people who wanted associated with people who had kids on like entertainment, like sports, music, and all that shit. They should live their life through them, their dreams through them. But now you have people like this woman on the screen, who I'm sure she would deny it, but I don't back off of it at all. They want to live through their children to be man free. Go get some Italy dick. I say Italy dick because this lady was on the Kendra show and she had just fucked a guy in Italy at his job. It's every time they mention travel, that's what pops in my head sometimes. Every time, sometimes y'all get it, but that they live through them. Like, oh, you the new hotness, so y'all know you can really get a good one. A dick that's attached to a really cute guy. Just do it and come tell me the story. Like, that's what a lot of them do. And this shit is sad. You cannot, I repeat and then I'll start it back. You cannot spend that long talking about don't do anything in regards to getting a man for 10 to 15 years, then also don't be this person that at the end of those 15 years be like, I need a man. Like, yo, you're really setting them up to have to panic when they get that age. What are you talking about?
Years go by. And instead of enjoying life, understanding who you are, loving yourself, identifying what it is that you even like. Do you even know what you want in a man? Do you even know, what you desire out of life? Or are you just trying to get that man? Are you trying to get this thing in your head, this family that, hey, maybe it exists, maybe it doesn't? Now,
okay, so when they say shit like this, they're giving this idea that traditionally, literally women, when outside of the times of like arranged marriages, women literally just walked to like literally whatever guy was in existence and was like, fuck it, I'm here. Stop it. Please stop. That is a lie. That is a fucking lie. That is not what happened in any age or any era of you get to pick your own dick. That is not what happened. Please stop. Especially in today. If your daughter got married at 18, she is not walking and just, oh, are you a future janitor? All right, well, I need a man, so I guess it's you. How ugly is your daughter? Shit.
About this, I'm gonna say is that I got married young. I had children. I mean, I have 2 daughters, and I don't know how it is for a woman to not have kids. And I cannot speak to what a woman would feel like if she didn't have kids. I can't speak to what a woman would feel like if she's never had a husband.
It's all over the place. I know y'all seen those studies that's like, oh, the happiest demographic are women who don't have children and are not married. Well, she didn't bring that up, but that's typically what people point to. So again, I'm going to point out the very huge flaw with that is in today's world, as you see with her right there, they determine happiness based on the shit you can buy. The shit that has to obey you no matter what. When back in the day, they determined happiness based on, they either determined it based on the family they had, Or whether that's actually kind of regardless. But if you had a family, you could have been happy, but you still have spots. Even the happiest family has stress levels because you're dealing with other humans. People that can tell you, shut the fuck up, mom. TV's on. Like, people can do that. That happens. So when you comparing the two people, the two eras, well, you're talking about you're asking one person, how happy are you with your iPhone? I mean, well, it turned on. I mean, the battery. Well, I just actually got it a month ago with the upgrade, so I really don't even feel a cost because it's in my bill. Shit, I actually like, I'm like, versus, how do you feel about your 6-month-old that keeps crying? So tired. I have to keep it with it. Like, you're obviously that is a horrible comparison. It's a horrible comparison. Go ask the fucking lady that's like 65, where she raised a good group of kids who then gave her grandkids, and she loves her grandkids. Go ask her. Like, there's by and that segues to, there's this huge thing we have to want to make life. We want to find solutions for problems we fuck up, but we don't want to spend any time trying to prevent the fucked upness in the first place. Or I guess this is what they consider a solution to it, by simply just not engaging in it at all. So actually, I stand corrected with the logic I circled myself into. Moving on.
Because that's not my situation. But just being on both, I've had experiences on both sides of that, and I have experiences that I've been through, and I don't know if I've made the right choices in life. I will say that a lot of my choices that I made.
So how the fuck do you know that your daughter or young women need to stay single until they're like 30, 35? If you don't know if you made the right choice, how the fuck do you know that? So here's the position I take, right? To give an example. Let's take the whole single mom thing, right? It seems to be really popular. If a dude asks me, regardless whether he was younger or older, don't matter. If he asks me, bruh, should I, date a single mom? Because I'm talking to a chick right now. She has a kid, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, well, do you know the pros and cons? Do you value having that engagement or that marriage or kids with her? Or is that to you worth the potential outcome? Because you got to weigh everything. You can't just, I don't agree with the blanket. Stay away from that. Don't do that. Because I don't know how your situation can end up. I can look at it from the outside. Actually, a personal example. I had a cousin who he at the time he did not have any children. I believe he was like 20. How was I? So he was like 24, 25, somewhere in there. And I go over there one day, and like he has his girlfriend there, and she has 3 kids. And I pull our female cousin aside. I'm like, why is he doing that? And her and everybody else's reaction is just like, fuck Fido. Now, I didn't talk to him about it personally. He eventually broke up with her. But if he had to ask me, if he had to come to me, I'd be like, I don't know, dog. That's literally tied to an entire family that you could be on the hook for that, dog. That's like, right now, you stay with grandma, you pocket all your checks, because he had a decent job. Not great job, he had a decent job. You pocket all your checks, bro, and you're gonna go, is literally losing this much of your income. I wasn't this wise back then. I probably would have just said, fuck that, no. But it's like, is this worth losing? I would have tried to work him through all the possibilities, especially the ones where it ends up horrible. And then whatever decision he makes, the decision he makes. I ain't paying for that shit. But do y'all get the point? Whatever. Moving on.
Were based off what I felt like my parents wanted for me, what I felt like I learned growing up, and what I felt like I was just taught to want. I used to always say,
You're literally doing that with your daughter.
hey, I just want what my parents had when I was growing up. And, do I still want that? Definitely. But at the end of the day, that's one phase, one pocket of life. But you can't take this one little ball of what you desire and then miss all this other space and opportunity around it, because you're just centering men. You're centering this certain life that you want,
Check title.
that you can get. But in the meantime, travel, love life, meet people, do the shit that scares you, live your life. So I felt
That in meantime is some bullshit. How do you, unless you plan on literally staying there, which I'm not sure how these marriage laws work. Like when Pastor Bros came out, it's starting to become clearer and clearer today. Cause like I follow that one chick on YouTube, the Filipina P. You cannot own land over there, so I'm not exactly sure why. I didn't plan on it ever because I don't like traveling, but I definitely can't become a passport bro because I would literally just be the way it sounds like that works. I can't own land. It has to be in her name. Fuck that. Fuck that. Like that sounds like no. Hell no. Anyway, what the fuck did she say? Damn it.
that you can get. But in the meantime, travel, love life, meet people, do.
You're not trying to find when you're doing this, and by the way, you're not decentering men, you're decentering commitment. Because let's be real, and y'all always advise, yeah, still get dick, of course. You're not decentering men, you're decentering commitment. That's a big deal to understand. You're decentering commitment. If you actually desire commitment, this is a fucked up advice for you. This is something y'all are telling young girls that I guess y'all either don't know or don't give a fuck. Because there is no actual way to decenter the opposite gender while you're literally in your 20s. You really think anybody, male or female, who's 20 something years old is going to decenter the other side? All they're going to do is decenter the commitment to that side and just fuck around and maybe have a baby or two. That's all that's going to happen. Y'all are fucking lying to them with the decenter. You're not decentering men. You're not.
Do the shit that scares you, live your life. So I feel like we're going around in circles here, but in terms of this lady who proposed to herself, is she wrong? Like, do she look stupid? She probably do. But at the end of the day, if this woman is 35 years old, and let's say she goes on social media and because I've been there. I have gone on social media and I have seen these amazing proposals. Let's just be transparent. I have gone on social media and there was a time where it was really debilitating. And, you see, Debbie out there having this beautiful grand proposal, fireworks going off, all these things, dozen roses here, there, and you're triggered because you're like, well, damn, I want that. Then you get sad, then you get depressed, and then you're comparing your life to Debbie life, and now you're all in an uproar. So at the end of the day, kudos.
Is it possible that that's what you're doing now? Is it possible? Is it possible that you're seeing young black women on the internet, intertube, and just going, well, to him, I'm going to tell my daughter. Is it possible that that's it, and you're not thinking straight at all? Maybe.
To this woman for seeing something that she wanted. Maybe she's single and not in a space to where a man is proposing to her. So she gave it to herself. She proposed to herself with her roses, with her excitement, with her party. There's a such thing now as a divorce party. Now, years ago, you felt ashamed to have a divorce, to be a divorced lady or man. But now they have full blown divorce parties and celebrations. So at the end of the day, we have to evolve with the times.
No, you don't. No, you don't. You are a human being. You can look at the times and say, nope, that's stupid. That's fucked up. That goes nowhere. You're not a robot. You do not have to, I'm just going to mindlessly follow the times. I get married at 40, divorced at 52, and throw a party each time. That's how this works. You don't have to do that. What the fuck? This is, I don't get it. I don't fucking get it. I just don't know, like, I'm gonna skip to the other part she talks about the parties, right? The divorce party, the throwing yourself a proposal party, all that shit. That is the type of stuff that I say gives a lot of credibility to the Red Pill podcasters, right? Because at that point, you're telling me, or at least what my male brain takes from that is, how the fuck do you live with that person? Because that person clearly needs a high all the time. They need an attention high all the time. You can't be content with anything. I always have to cater to this bullshit you want. Everything has to be the equivalent to that party that gave you that high. I can't keep up with that. This divorce party, you didn't like, how to, like, that to me correlates. That to me correlates. That tells me I must always chase you. Or not you, the shit that makes you go, yay, I have to chase that all the time. Dude, listen, I was supposed to go to the gym today. But I got home, I set my bag down, I put my hoodie on, and I said, fuck it. Which happens quite a bit. I gotta also now chase your shit all the time. And then all this money shit that y'all talk about, like, it's almost like people don't live real life. Cause like, I know I'm not the only person that goes through shit that includes, but it's not limited to money. Like I know I'm not the only human being, bro. That's not possible. Bro, I just had a fucking raccoon chew a hole through my fucking roof, and then through a piece of drywall that I gotta now get this shit fixed. But y'all be like, your luxury apartment. What the fuck? Are people living in real life? Only good shit happens to you. Stop it. Fucking stop. I guess that's what she means by draining, I guess. Because non-happy shit happens in my life. I guess that's a man thing. That must be a male thing, that non-happy shit happens in your life. Holy shit. God.
It is goods and it's bads, pros and cons to everything.
You sure?
But I want to focus on the pros in living life for you, living life based on your desire, not living life based on perception of other people, not living life based on maybe being embarrassed or wanting to like look.
What she's running down right now is exactly why you don't have help, mandated help in society. And what I mean by that is, I mean the government. What she is explaining right now is why you don't have financial aid. It's why you don't have food stamps. It's why you don't have Section 8. It's why you don't have WIC. It's why you don't have all of that shit. It's why you don't have state-sponsored healthcare. It's why you don't have public schools. It's why you don't have this shit. Because people get comfortable and then they just start talking fucking crazy. Oh, live life for you. Huh? If people live life for them, literally work wouldn't get done. Like you can't, like, most people by far don't enjoy their job. They just do it. Like my job, I'm a truck driver. I refuse, unless they willing to pay me triple what I make, I refuse to go to another company, because here I know for a fact I deal with the bullshit, then I go home. That's it. And then Friday hit, I'm home. Saturday, I'm home. Sunday. Don't fucking call me. If they text me, I'm just ignore it and say, well, my phone died. It fell in a volcano over the weekend because, I went traveling and I left my phone in another country. That's what happened. Like, people typically don't like their job. They just go because it's a part of what they got to do to live life. This idea that you can just live it for you, that's bullshit. That's not possible on a planet with other humans. You cannot just live it for you. Unless, of course, you foot the bill through other people. Or you foot the bill through some magic shit called government, where it magically makes money appear to be something that is not. Called welfare. Or taxes. That's how you end up with this. And that's how you end up with a deficit that nobody can ever pay. And end up in debt to China. That last part was a joke. I have no clue if we're actually in debt to China. Moving on.
Certain way to others, but what makes you happy? Single people want what people who are not single want. People who are not single want some things that single people have. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's pros and cons, but I would much rather, especially having daughters, I would much rather my daughters take their time, find a partner, a man that brings peace to their lives, versus settling for someone that stresses them out, makes them cry, makes them sad. Like, I have told my daughter and my nieces this over the years, like, I want better for y'all. I truly, truly want better for y'all. I'm going to go into another episode because I feel like
That's called brainwashing, man. Again, when you're telling younger people shit like this, they immediately have a perception that the people you're talking about, black men, are just going to be these horrible people. That's what you're doing when you do that. You want better for them? Give the example. Because we don't know your personal life. We just know the shit you say on these videos. So, what better than what? What did your ex-husband do to you, man? What did your daughters and nieces see that they need to have better over?
kind of went on a tangent here, but I know someone needs to hear this. Like, I wish somebody said this shit to me when I was younger, because I would have made a lot of different choices. But I'm here for this woman proposing to herself. I'm here for black women going after what they want and not going after what society says they should have. I'm going to have another.
I don't think that's ever been a fucking problem, dude. What? What does society say you should have? But I didn't even hear that part when I originally watched it. What the fuck does society tell black women they should have? What? I've never seen a commercial. I've never seen some post. I've never seen a plane flying in the sky with a banner to black women. What the fuck did it tell you need to have? What? Specifically you. Holy shit. You're literally just making shit up that fills in between the points you're trying to make. That's crazy.
Show on this whole black woman need their white king thing, because it's kind of controversial, but I'm here for it. Was I here for it a while ago? Maybe not, but I'm here for the white king. So y'all let me know.
Think about that. Again, the title is Black Women Explore All Your Options Starting with White Men. And as you see, she's ending the video with the whole I'm here for white king. But on 3 different occasions in the video, decenter men, what? Are white kings not men? Or is that the case? Like, that's stupid. That's stupid. When I say stupid, I simply mean it doesn't flow. It doesn't match up to what you're actually, like, what the fucking title was. You're saying go after your white king while also saying decenter men. Ma'am, those conflict with one another. So is this really a thing that you have against black men. Again, what the fuck are they selling y'all? I really need to know. Because they do a damn good job of it. A damn good job. Because they have domestic violence rates as well. They have, I fucking killed her because she kept me from a son and I hate the bitch. They have that as well. I really need to know what they selling y'all. Holy shit. Do you know the trailer park joke? Some of them are broke as well. What the fuck are they selling y'all? God damn, what are they selling y'all? Let's see if she finishes it out with another point.
Like, if you're single, could you see yourself proposing to yourself, having a beautiful ceremony? Like, listen, here's the thing. None of my proposals, both my proposals was bullshit. They were horrible, nothing special. It is what it is. If I could do my own proposal, shit, I would. Like, that's a beautiful memory. And honestly, let's keep it a buck. I'm very jealous of, like, women whose partners, you know, plan these extravagant proposals for them. Because you know what? That isn't saying that they're going to be together forever, but it's a fucking good start to be with someone that is thinking about you in a way that, okay, maybe.
You know, this is the part where you start to remember, or at least I do, that they when the old dude started to pop, right? Meaning Kevin, and all the criticism, and then now that these podcasts are doing their thing, and also they're also getting criticism by something as simple as you got a kid, you got a fucking kid, don't nobody want that goddamn kid, that fucking bastard ass kid, don't nobody want that kid, but desiring a thought out and apparently public display of a proposal is just like, what's the big deal? Like, you didn't even plan your life to meet me, but now I gotta do all this shit. Again, I have to keep chasing what the fuck you want. But somebody that's trying to get some shit out of you, oh my God, it's just so terrible. Oh my God. I want the guy that gives me everything I want. Oh, like, damn, the narcissism. How do y'all use that word so much and don't realize it's you? You want something so bad that you will say, fuck the person. Do y'all believe in Santa? So when y'all stopped believing in Santa, was it because you said, Santa ain't bringing the shit I like? Fuck him. I'm gonna climb down my own chimney. Is that what y'all did? I'm starting to believe you did. Because this shit y'all doing, right? I just, yo. If a man is not giving you this TikTok life, fuck him. I'll do it. And by the way, I've said this before a few times. You actually I've actually explained it with my personal situation. The money you can spend, the lifestyle you can have while single. Well, yeah, you're single. Versus if I'm paying for more than one person. Why do I like that's like a like I just a very like you don't understand it. Why are you doing that? It's very obvious why that happens. Why that's the case. It's called more people, smartass. Like, I have to feed more people. The food alone is a lot more. What the fuck? And you really have this, well, if he disrupts the lifestyle you have, then you need to move on. Like, that's going to be like 90% of guys. Because they have to provide that same lifestyle for two. Two, lady. Fucking two. More than one. That's what two is. It's more than one. It's one twice. What expectations? Holy shit. But hey, you saw it on TikTok, so you know it's real.
This isn't my thing. Maybe I don't care about a grand proposal, but my girl would love it. Oh, to be with a man that he isn't doing what he thinks he wants, but he's thinking about what will put a smile on your face. He's not only thinking about it, he's planning it. You know, he's doing all these details to surprise you with a proposal. That is a good sign. That is a good start to a relationship.
So when she comes along without that bastard kid, when she comes along and she, she did all that work that she did for 15, 20 years. She saved up all that bread so that now y'all could all go and get this nice luxurious home or condo, or she ain't gotta be a burden now because she thought about you. Is this the only way of that you can think? Is it only one way? Let's think about what y'all are drawing up here. You get to live your life however the fuck you want. And then when I show up, I gotta get on board. But I have to live my life understanding that when I meet you, I gotta come up with some shit. And I had to have shaved a little off the top so it can be enough here when you show up. Nah. Good luck. I'm be right, not positive. You know what? Let's read them comments. Even though it's already long, fuck it. Let's read the comments. Oh, where are the comments? Dang, what'd I do with the comments? Oh, right here. Look for any man, regardless of race. If the two are happy together, that's all that matters. And then she says, couldn't have said it better. All that's important is that you're right. And then she laughs. I'm not sure why she laughed at her. It sounds like she's mocking anybody, even the women that don't agree with her, because she, again, just laughed at her. OMG. Finally first. I love your setup, sis. Perhaps black women and black men need a few generations apart. I hear men and women say that there is too much trauma for one relationship. What a sad thought. No couple is perfect, but women are looking for a relationship that doesn't force her to reprioritize the most important things she wants for her life. Like when I see women who clearly want marriage, but they will stay with the man who says it's just a piece of paper because we all romanticized black love. We all dreamed of it. Yet our love stories are crazy. Love Jones being one example. I was obsessed with that film and that soundtrack, but watching it now, it was like, damn, even our movies don't give us our things. Because y'all are more attached to drama one way or another. Really, really high in emotion or really low in like I forget exactly how I want to describe that, but that's pretty much what that is. That's why Tyler Perry got so fucking rich. But this whole thing about spend generations apart, are you stupid? At that point, you might as well just tell black people to stop dealing with each other, because you don't just take a few generations apart. Like that's just what like that's I don't know if that's sarcasm, but that's just that's wild. And then the whole too much trauma for one relationship. From what? From what? The biggest problem, as you see by this very video, the reasons we fail to be together in marriages is because the teachings is either don't do it at all or just do it. No guidance, there's no more in-depth understanding, apparently. Just a bunch of people either forced together or fuck their way apart, and then that's that. Women are looking for a relationship that doesn't force her to reprioritize most important things she wants in her life. She ended up using marriage as an example, but seriously, we know the example. Well, I know the example is what I've heard in this video several times. Luxury, 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 luxury. And I'm going to stand on that. But then again, she says, when a guy says, it's just a piece of paper. This is why I say dating is trash. You quite literally could, for one, go, if you are a religious person, you literally have the church right there. Just tell the congregation that you're looking for a spouse. People don't want to do that because their spouse might be ugly. So you're full of shit. But even if you're not religious, you can essentially, if you don't want to go that route, you can literally tell people or someone you see that you want or whatever, or if you want to go on a dating site, that you want a marriage, a in writing, legal, documented marriage. Here's all the things you have to offer. Here are the core things that I would like from you, and we can take it from there. But that takes the romanticism out of it, right? So people don't do that. Instead, they go with the dating, in which dating, the only way it can turn into a relationship is if you kind of like just magically let it evolve until you go, what are we? You prioritize that, but then claim somebody wasted your time. No, you did. Because you want to continue the same shit over and over and over and over again. Stop fucking lying. Because we all romanticize black love. No, you don't. No, the fuck you don't. You romanticize luxury. That's what you romanticize. Because love, especially the type of love you're talking about, which is pretty much just feeling. You can have that broke than a motherfucker. You can have broken shit. Are you? You can have that with you being the primary breadwinner and him just being the average one. Would you? You can have that with a short guy who got man boobs. Would you? You can have a feeling with anyone. Would you? No. So stop acting as if, we just, the guys, because that's the example you gave, men are just like, I'm just going to use your time up and shut the fuck up, bitch, because you're stuck here. Stop. You literally could have went and got the love you wanted, but you didn't. Look, here, if you can just go get a guy of another race, you can't just go get a guy who's black that has the feeling love that you want. You're full of shit. And again, I'm not saying none of you need or should date black men, marry black men. I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying stop bullshit lying. Please stop. I'm begging you to stop doing that. Stop lying. First of all, Love Jones is my favorite movie. I had the VHS and the soundtrack. Yet I feel like a lot of women need to understand their worth and value. We come from a fear mindset when it comes to relationship. I hate that first. No, the fuck you don't. Fear what? Fear what? What do you fear? Huh? The Miss literally, again, like I said before, you're number one, we're number two, and least married. What are you fearing exactly? That the baby daddy won't come back? You fear that? Because again, I've said several ways in which it be a more practical way to go about commitment. None of you smart asses ever thought of that ever. Y'all number one in everything smart, except how to get a relationship before 40. All right, y'all full of shit, dude. Why can't you be for black love and other types as well? Advocate for healthy relationships regardless of race. And this is Angel Lisa Hassan, so it sounds like another woman. It sounds like a lot of women are either starting to push back on this, or maybe they've always pushed back and I just never seen it. But I remember seeing this reel on Instagram where the it was a black lady. She was on a podcast, and she said black women date out because we're just out of fear or some shit like that, or like basically need, right? Like, black men just been whooping ass metaphorically and physically, just left and right, just whooping ass. And black men date out because they hate black women. It's like, oh, y'all are not love refugees. Like, stop it. Just shut up. That is a fucking lie. But there were some white women in the comment section saying, yeah, see, and I can't do that because blah blah blah. And then if you're gonna hate black women, if you're dumb enough to fall for rhetoric like this, at that point, I wouldn't want a relationship with you anyway. Because you will fall for that while in a relationship with a black man. And a relationship ain't going bad. So I'm kind of relieved to see that there are some who are not this stupid and actually will post a comment, even though they don't have a profile picture, but whatever. Most people don't on YouTube. But even the ones that do are stupid, dumb enough. I wouldn't even entertain the idea of a relationship in the first place. You can't be this gullible. You can't. No, like if you fall in love with a white man, that's your choice. But I need a black woman. Sorry, ain't nothing but like a queen. Period. We are the prototype. The prototype of what? And I'm not asking that to be funny. That's like a real genuine question. The prototype of what? Okay, but the average black woman is not rich. If this was the case that y'all were rich, had all these networks, then why y'all still Democrats? Oh, okay, people, don't do that. Whenever you shoot like that, it never goes well. They stop listening. It just doesn't doesn't work. All right, so just don't do that. It doesn't go anywhere. LOL. Women be believing their own hype. It's possible. Even if you don't date a dude, if you plan on being a parent, link up with another woman or what was that? A non-black? Okay, not sure what that NB means. But again, I have to ask: is that okay for me to decide as well? Is it okay for me to decide? Hey, you got a job, you got this. I'm out, and not be considered Debbie. Just want to clear that up. I really need to answer that. Please answer me, and the answer needs to be yes or no. How did I ask the question? I don't remember, but y'all know what I mean. He has no idea what he's talking about. Be a woman first. Who the fuck is he? What did I forget? Because I don't remember a guy being in the video. Another video about black women worshiping white men. Not interested in the hate videos. You clearly didn't watch the video. No, that's kind of what the video was. You tried your best to like sidestep it, but that's absolutely what the video was. It was part of this hidden genre of like essentially romantic war on black men. That's basically what it is. Like that example I used of the Instagram reel. She know damn well black men ain't just out here. First of all, to assume that I've dated 2 white chicks and a Korean. To assume that I did that because any emotional feeling about you, how the fuck do you just interject your existence into my relationship and I don't even know you? How do you do that? The most recent one was a couple years ago with the Korean chick. I didn't sit there. I didn't go dating. I didn't go on a date with her or in a relationship with her, nothing like that, and was thinking about, yeah, thank God I dodged a black woman. Like, what? Like, it's you're not on my mind when I'm in my own relationship. I don't know you. Just like when I was in a relationship with the black woman I were in a relationship with, I was like, oh fuck, her goddamn melanin. Damn it. That wasn't like, what is wrong with y'all? Do y'all really need to feel right this bad that y'all go to these lengths? Y'all really need to feel like y'all aren't the problem at all to y'all do this? Dude, just chalk it up. You said it yourself. There are pros and cons to everything and everybody. I guess you got a raw deal. You won't tell us what the fuck happened, but you keep bringing it up and using it as an example. You got a raw deal in your marriage. And now you're just going to link arms with the other black women who had a bad black experience. And now we're the problem. We are. To keep it, I know I'm at an hour and a half, but I got a little bit more. I have literally seen with my own eyes, not just internet shit, my own eyes. That's me. I'm poking my eye right now, my own eyes. I've seen y'all for really. I had a female family member who told me she was pregnant, and when she said the name, I thought she was joking at first, right? So I was laughing off. She was like, "Nah, from like, you went for that." And what I mean by that is like, everybody knows him as like a player type. Like that's his thing. We literally joke about it sometimes that he just flirts with the fucking mail lady. Like she like on her route, like they get paid per route. She gets her money's worth on her route, but she run past him. Right? She get free dick and water sometimes. It is like that's who you chose. All right. Now, I guess. I mean, you know how to pick them, I guess. But it's like that. Like that's horrible selection. Horrible. I could have told you it wouldn't work. Could have told you that. You knew it wouldn't work. But hey, your choice in the matter. Another female I knew. Matter of fact, I'm gonna group this explanation. Female tells a story or two about a guy who was, a little cheesy, a little corny, but he was cool. He was just too, that he was that prototype of like too like Braxton from the Jamie Foxx hotel. You know what I mean? Like, ain't got no pop to him, no sizzle. You know what I mean? And now her baby daddy is a womanizer or a wannabe rapper or a dude that just can't be tamed. Or just that type. But you had a dude who was all for you, right? You said you had to like do the Heisman. I'm like, damn, like he was for you. He was really for you, but he ain't had that sizzle, so you couldn't do it. Chick got a few baby daddies. I ain't gonna say how many. She got a few of them. To this day, can't be with a dude that's too boring. Can't do it. And not to mention, the women you see this. They see what I see. They see it themselves. And you know what they're going to do? And it's very obvious. The same fucking thing. But we're going to get blamed for that. Right? That's going to be our fault. That regardless who was available to you, you went to the, I guess, most fun guy you could. So, yeah, it's just our fault because according to Umar Johnson, we didn't fix them for you, right? Not that you need to make a different decision. No, we need to fix them. You want the men you don't want to fix the men you do want. Wow. I'll end it there. Be right, not positive. I'm out.